Good morning.
So today I just want to encourage all of us as a church. Yeah. So I'm going to be taking this one verse, and this verse I feel it relates to something we all go through. And normally when we it's basically of anxiety, and whenever we have anxiety, we always go to these super comforting verses like cast all your burdens and worries unto him, for he cares for you. But today I want to give you all a verse that will just chop you all. This is what you're supposed to do. And the verse is Luke 12 verse 25, and it says, "And which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature?" Or the NIV version says, "Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life?" So many of us we choose to sit and we're like, oh, will I get that job? Will this happen? And will that happen? And we waste our time. Worrying doesn't solve your problems. Worrying doesn't change your circumstances. In fact, worrying adds to it. What happens when you worry? Your blood pressure goes up, your blood sugar goes up, you don't sleep. Every bad thing happens when you worry. Most of all, the worst thing that happens when you worry is that your relationship with God widens. Because worry is basically because you doubt God, and worry is that spark that lights doubt and that widens your relationship with God. Because when the world worries and when we as the church worry, it's different. When the world worries, they worry because they have no control over the situation. When we worry, we confess that God has no control over the situation. We doubt God's ability. And when do you doubt God's ability? When you don't know Him. Romans 8 verse 28 says, "For we know that all things work together for good, for those who love God, for those who are called according to His purpose." And I like that it uses the word "we know," not "we feel," but we know. But it works together for those who love God, not for everybody. And to love God, you have to know Him. You can't love a stranger. Has anyone said "I love you" to a stranger here? You have to know God. And the moment you keep God first and you say, "God, I want to know you," everything falls into place. You don't feel the need to worry because you know that your steps are guided by God. And you understand your value to Him, because it says in the next verses, it says that if God clothes the grass, He cares about the lilies. How much more valuable are you to Him? And our God never fails, He will never fail His children. He has a perfect record. You can check the Bible, check your testimonies, okay? God has a perfect record. He will never fail. But you will only have that revelation if you choose to personally know God. That's why today during worship, I urge you, okay? I urge you, please don't think about your problems, because worrying is a waste of time. Worrying takes away your life. God adds to your life. Choose to worship over worry. If you are someone who gives it to God and you're someone who says, "God, you're first and I seek you," you have nothing to worry about. God's got you. God's got your back. There's this one dialogue. I don't know if you'll watch this movie, Munna Ba I Am BBBS, and that circuit fellow says, "Na, tension kai ko lene ka, main hu na." I want to tell us Christians who love the Lord and who obey His voice, tension kai ko lene ka, Yeshu hai na, and He is always there, okay? And He is faithful and He never fails. Amen.